boom, 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 boom. Come on, United! Get in there, you legends. We are back. It's time for the Premier League to be back for Manchester United fans, guys. Yes, indeed. The first game of the season for us tonight against Wolverhampton Blunderers. Let's be having you. Hello to you all. Thank you very much for getting in here. Appreciate you for joining us and waiting patiently for us to start. What a bunch of legends. Welcome into the stream this afternoon, guys. We're going to be previewing the Manchester United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers game that's taking place later on tonight. 8 p.m. kickoff. And we'll give you all the latest team news and updates throughout this show this afternoon. So strap yourselves in. We're also going to be looking at the team lineup predictions for the game, etc., etc. So get involved throughout, guys. It's a fully interactive channel. Of course, we do get in and out the live chat, see what you legends are saying. So have your say throughout, and we'll have a Q&A at the end as well. We'll give you all the latest news, team news, and all that jazz. Oh, yes. Thank you for all of you getting in here, guys, and having your say in the chat already, talking amongst yourselves. I want to give a special shout out to Matthew Smith at the start of the show, who actually gifted out a membership on the channel before the show even got going. Has that gone to somebody? I don't know, but it should have made somebody a member, but I don't know if it actually has worked. Don't know, let us know if it has done. But thank you so much to Matthew Smith. Let's get some raw love in the live chat there for him. And shout out to everybody else who's in the chat as well. People like TTV, Nick S, Johnny, Howard, The Vootinator, Ollie Khan, United We Stand. We've got Duncan Belifo, Matthew Smith. Get in there again, lad. Matty Gwinnett, Boomy. Yes, indeed. Duncan. Get in there. Matt Johnson. Ollie. Dynamic Melon. Tommy Boyle, good to see you back in here, my son. Oh, yes. And Matty Gwinnett, come on. Let's go. Beats Guy, how you doing? Yes, it is indeed United Match Day today, lad. Come on, Mitesh, Bruce, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Yes, do us a favour at the start of the show, everybody. Smash that like button on this video. Give us a massive like spike at the start of this show. Drop a little like on it. You know it makes sense. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this match preview today. We've got plenty to discuss and all the latest team news for you legends. So get in there, you beautiful legends. Good to see you all, and everybody else who's in here as well. Sorry I can't name you all because it just takes too long. But hello to you all. Thank you for joining us. Yes, smash that like. Smash a share around on the channel as well if you want. Like we've said, we can pin the Twitter's pinned to the top of the live chat there. Go give us a cheeky little retweet if you want. That would be awesome. Come on. Gaz Newton, thank you for being a member for 36 months, my friend, as well, and getting your highlighted member comment in here. Let's see what he's got to say. He says, shit, 3 years. Goodness me. 3 years. All the best picker up the Bacon Brigade. Holy shnikes, Gaz Newton. 3 years, 36 months. Check that out. He's got his Don hat right there. Mate, thank you so much, Gaz Newton, for being a member for 3 years, dude. That is absolutely speciale. Everyone get some mad love and a hashtag 3 years in the live chat there for Gaz Newton. He's literally been a huge support of this channel for 3 years now. That's special, my friend. You reach out and you touch a piggy's heart with that one, my friend. Thank you so much for supporting this channel for 3 years, Gaz Newton. That is legit. Super legit from Gaz Newton there. Guys, get some raw love in the live chat there for Gaz. 3 years he's been supporting this channel. That is legit. Super legit. Thank you so much. Matthew Smith's gifted out a membership on the channel as well. Crikey, it's all going off. Matthew Smith has gifted another membership out. Get in there. This one's gone to Cass. Cass just became a member of the channel courtesy of the one and only Matthew Smith. Go on. Thank you, Matthew Smith. I appreciate you, dude. Get in there, you absolute legend. Hey, G-Wolf United as well. Let's go. How you doing? Get in there, you beauty. Hope you're doing well, bud. Matthew Smith, I can't believe that. Nice one, mate. Get in there. Right, guys, we better crack on with the show, but thank you to all the legends in here, all the members and everybody else who's getting involved. You're a bunch of legends. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's get stuck in then. So Manchester United playing Wolverhampton Blunderers tonight. They sacked their manager a week ago. They got a new manager, Gary O'Neill. Of course, it's going to be a contentious, start to the season for them. Hey, we got another member, another gifted member. Sorry, we will crack on with the preview in a minute, but it's all going off. Look at that, Phil Jones attack right there. Matty Gwinnett this time. Something about people called Matt. Don't know what it is. Good eggs. Thank you there very much indeed, Matty Gwinnett. I appreciate that, lad. Come on. Guys, get some mad love in there for Matty Gwinnett. He's just made Howard Garrix a member of the channel as well. Much love to you, Matt Gwinnett, and welcome aboard to Howard Garrix to the Bacon Brigade, lad. That's bloody awesome. It's all going off at the start of the show. Thank you so much, Matt Gwinnett. Appreciate you, dude. You're a legend, man. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and for making somebody a member of the channel as well. That is awesome. Oh, United we stand. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, the only YouTube channel I spend my hard-earned money on. Dude, you don't have to do that, shite. You know, you don't have to do that, guys. Just enjoy the show. But thank you so much for saying that, United we stand. That's very kind of you, man. You know, nobody has to spend any money, super chat, or become a member or anything. We treat everybody exactly the same way. That's right, even like this guy, Secret Underdog the Gamer, who's not a member, who's not a super chatter at all. You know what? Get out! I'm just joking. We give everybody the same amount of love around here, but thank you so much to United We Stand and all the people who've got involved there. Nice one. Bunch of legends. Right, let's crack on with the show. Okay, so, guys, Ten Hag's buzzing his tits off that Man United are back, obviously. He's done a cheeky little preview of the game, obviously, you know, Q&A for the Wolves game. West Ham's not for a little while. Hopefully they'll have Slavy Maguire who'll score us 2 OGs. But no, Wolverhampton Wanderers is who we're playing this time around. And Ten Hag's just been speaking about the situation. He was asked about how it feels to be playing at home. This is what he said about that. He says, happy to start at home. It's always a pleasure to come to Old Trafford, but it doesn't matter if we play at home or away. We have to win. So obviously Ten Hag laying down the gauntlet early doors that we've got to start off the Premier League campaign with a positive result and a big old win. Get in there, my son, come on. And in regards to the team condition and everything, looks like it's pretty good at the moment. It's not really any new injuries or anything. Seems like most of the players are sort of fit and available. Obviously, we've still got a few players out, such as, you know, Kobbie Mainoo's obviously injured. One or two others that we know about that are doubtful at this moment in time. But, you know, in general, the physical condition of the side is good. Ten Hag's also said that we had a good pre-season and that the physical condition, we're at a very good level. When you look at all the data, you realise that we have improved a lot compared to last season. So we're in a good position in terms of physical condition. So just in terms of running stats and things like that, if you look at how much more the team actually runs out there under Erik Ten Hag compared to the previous regime, there is a big difference. They were a bunch of lazy bastards before Erik Ten Hag got into the dressing room and started to whip them into shape. So yeah, hopefully we'll see a much more fitter Manchester United side this season, and they'll start off as they mean to go on. And you know, we've had a couple of updates from Ten Hag in regards to player fitness, such as Tony Martial. So let's talk about Tony Martial. So, you know, it does seem like Tony Martial is fit to play. Not that he's realistically going to be starting in the team lineup. We'll get into the team lineup prediction shortly, but you never know. But apparently he is fit to play against Wolves. Smash a 1 in the chat if you think Tony should be starting against Wolves. Smash a 6 in the chat if you think Tony should be starting on the physio table or the bench. And certainly not playing against Wolves in the starting capacity. Let us know your thoughts and opinions here, guys. Obviously, my take on it is that, you know, even if he's fit to play, I don't think he should realistically be starting in the lineup. But he is I guess, the only sort of number 9 that's actually currently fit properly for us, if you want to call him that. Because obviously Rasmus Højlund is injured. He's not expected to be playing in the first couple of games for Manchester United. So maybe Tony could get into the lineup, but it is kind of doubtful. You know, obviously he's not expected to be started in the game, but he might feature in some capacity coming off of the bench. Asked about the number 9 situation, this is what Ten Hag had to say before the game. Erik Ten Hag said on lacking a number 9 right now, he was asked about the fact we're lacking a number 9, and he said, I'm quite calm, composed in this situation because Rashi is very good as a striker, and we have seen it last Saturday. Anthony Martial is available as well. Jadon Sancho can play there as well. He did it in pre-season very well, says Erik Ten Hag. So, you know, he feels like he's got a few options. Obviously, we're waiting for Rasmus Højlund to come back into the squad. Very doubtful that he will be featuring tonight in any sort of capacity, but I guess you never know. But it does look like, obviously, it's going to be Rashford playing up the top of the pitch, more than likely starting the game. And then we've got a couple of players that can also play there, such as Tony Martial, such as Jadon Sancho. So you might see one or two or both of them at some stage during the game. But it looks like it will be Rashford starting. I mean, let's ask the live chat, who would you start at number 9 in the game against Wolves later? Let us know your thoughts. I mean, I would go with Marcus Rashford just because he seems the most fit and available and ready right now. He scored a lot of goals for us last season. I prefer him out on the left wing position, but Tony's just coming back from another injury, and I just don't expect him to be match sharp in the slightest. At least Rashford did have a decent time out last time out, and I think perhaps, you know, if you get him up the top there, stretching the opposition defences, he could cause a lot of problems. So I'll say Rashford, but let's see what the live chat's saying. Rashford says United. Kane says fire up. Rashi says Tommy Boyle. Martial says Clint. Martial says Rajat. Rashford says Johnny M. Rashford at the number 9. Anthony on the right. Garnacho on the left. Love that, Matty Norton. I think you'll probably bang on there, dude. We've only got Rashford, to be fair. Well, we've got Tony who can play there as well if he's fit. We've got Sancho who can play through the middle. But, you know, I think the most likely candidate to be playing at striker is probably Rashford tonight. Sancho says Cass. Rashford says Paul. Use him while we can. Yeah, that's exactly it. Welsh Red. He's gone Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony for me. Garnacho, Rashford out wide. Interesting, Matthew Smith. Interesting. Rashford says Mikhail Kramer. McNeil says Callum. Ronaldo says Bendor. Rashi. Okay, quite a bit of a mixture going on here. Slabby Maguire at striker, eh? Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho. Okay, guys, thank you so much for all getting your thoughts in there. But I expect it will probably be Rashford who's starting, but we'll have to wait and see. But Ten Hag not fazed by the fact that we don't have a proper sort of number 9 available right now. Obviously, Martial is a number 9. He's got the number 9 shirt, but he's not technically a proper number 9, is he? He's not a natural number 9, and obviously, we were hoping to sign another forward, which we still might do. It's possible we may be able to sign another player, but at this moment, who knows? Get in there, G-Wolf United Game In. Oh, thank you for the £2 super chat, you Don. He says, who's ready for one hell of a beating? As Wolves are going to get mauled. Get in there, my son. Go on, G-Wolf. Do you realise your name's G-Wolf, though? So you're talking about yourself there, mate. You're gonna get mauled, G-Wolf. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Wolverhampton blunderers getting absolutely smashed up tonight, my son. Let's go. I'm ready for it, G-Wolf. Oh, I'm ready for it, lad. My boobies are already preemptively buzzing over this one, my son. My loins are tingling. The piggy loins are tingling all over the gaff, mate. It's like I've got pins and needles in the loins right now, and I can feel a 3-0 win coming. Let's get the predictions in there right now. Thank you, G-Wolf. Let's get your predictions in there, by the way, guys. What's your prediction for the game? I'm going for 3-0 to Manchester United. I feel like Rashi scores, like Bruno scores, and Alejandro Garnacho. Just call my name. Just call my name. Alejandro. Just call my name. Just call my name. Garnacho. Alejandro. I'm going for that. I'm going for a 3-0 United victory tonight, with Rashford, Garnacho, and Bruno Fernandes getting on the score sheet. Oh, yes! 3-0 says Rub. 5-1 says Kevin Kilban. Get in there, my son. 3-1 says CZ Ban. 5-1 says Fire Up. 1-0 says Rashford. To be fair, I'll take any sort of a result. Kind of the pressure is on Manchester United at the moment, having playing last on the Monday Night Football. Obviously, all the other teams have played and got their results. So the pressure is kind of on Manchester United to start the campaign off right and get a win. 2-0 says Johnny. 3-0 says Jason Chapman. 5-0 says Jeremy Sims. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? If we could win big and go top of the table after the one game tonight, would be absolutely lovely. And it's only one game, but it'd be nice to have that goal difference advantage and just finish really, have a really strong start. Howard says 3-1. Mitesh going 2-0. Stoics going 4-0. United's going 2-1. 5-0 says Tommy. 3-0. 3-1. 3-0. 3-1. 1-1. Berber, what's going on, you legend? He says 1-1, but hope we smash them. Come on, mate. Ever the optimist. 5-0 says O'Busy. 4-0 says United we stand. 3-0 says Matty Norton. 2-0 says Eamon. 2 Garnacho goals says Stoic Savage. Get in there, Duncan Belifo. 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Lots of 3-1s coming in. 2-1 says Alan. 4-0, 4-0. Get in there, you legends. 3-1. 3-1's a popular one, isn't it? Maybe could be onto something there, guys. 3-1 says Stephen Shipman. Rashi, Garnacho and Bruno. Love it, lad. Love it, love it, love it. 2-1 to Wolves. Callum McFarlane, you're the first person predicting a Wolves win. Get out. 4-1 says Clint. Anyway, right. Thank you so much, everyone, getting in your predictions. 3-0 to Wolves. Nicholas Curtis. See you later on, son. No, thank you so much, everyone, getting your predictions in there. Let's hope for a positive start by United. By the way, if you're just getting in the stream, we've got 218 afternoon legends in here for the preview today. And we've got 91 likes. That's less than half. You what? Bacon Brigade. Assemble! Hit the thumbs up. Help us get to 100 likes, guys. And share us around on Twitter. Give us a retweet at the top of the link in the chat there. And also hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're almost at 73.1k subscribers. So hit the subscribe button if you're new and smash that like on the video. Every little like helps to spread the word and boost us up on the YouTube algorithm, which is a cruel mistress, my friends. So hit the old thumbs up if you're just joining us. And, of course, there's going to be no FIFA tonight, Elliot Manduna, lad. What are you talking about? Hello, Anthony Okonkwo, everybody as well. Yeah, you hope Rashford bangs a hat-trick. Go on, Berber. That's the spirit, my son. Go on, lad. Come on. Yes, get in there, Langy86, you legend. It's match day, my son. Let's be having you. Match day. Can't wait to see Manchester United back in action. It's been a long, arduous summer. I don't think the pre-season's been particularly good by Man United. Let's just talk about that for a moment. So, it doesn't necessarily bode that well for how we start the Premier League. But what you have to say is, you know, what does that actually mean? The pre-season's kind of meaningless. There's been many times in the past where we've had brilliant pre-seasons and then we've started the season pretty poorly. This time around, maybe it could be the other way around, where we've had a bit of a mediocre pre-season, pretty rough in a lot of areas, you know, losing quite a lot of games, not looking too good in a lot of these games either. But fundamentally, if we start the Premier League campaign right, who cares? You know, it's not about really the pre-season. It's about, obviously, how you start the Premier League. So, you know, I'm not too worried about the fact that we lost a bunch of games in pre-season. We didn't have a very good pre-season, which we didn't, because it doesn't really mean anything. Now it's down to the competitive football. Now it's about, you know, actually performing and playing well together as a team. And so that's the idea here, really. We're just hoping for a big start. And, yeah, exactly, Clint Torres. Pre-season does actually mean nothing, lad. Hey, thank you, Peter Duvdal, there, for hitting the old subscribe button. Nice one. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express, lad. You know it makes sense. Go on, Langy. 5-0 tonight, top of the league. Love that prediction. G-Wolves going for 6-0 and probably get more on Wednesday as it's mine and wife's wedding anniversary of 15 years. Bloody hell, congratulations, you. 15 years in prison, lad. Crikey, lad. That is a serious amount of time. Dude, you've done your porridge there, lad. You know what I'm saying? Crikey. Congratulations for Wednesday, my friend. I hope you have a great, great day. Okay, you don't look old enough to be have married 15 years, G. Wolfster. Right, let's get stuck into the rest of the show then, guys. So, you know, Ten Hag's also been speaking about the level of investment in the squad. So, obviously, he seems reasonably happy with the options he's got at number 9. But a little birdie tells me that he'd like to bring in another number 9 before the end of the transfer window, obviously, to give us more options. And to give us another proper forward up there. Of course, Højlund's going to be coming back into it. And that is our main striker that we've gone and got. And Ten Hag said he's very happy with him, obviously. But in terms of the general sort of squad investment, he seems reasonably happy. But obviously, he's not going to say, I don't think, oh, yeah, the Glazer shithouses have absolutely done me dirty. He has been given quite a few players so far. And, you know, he's signed some good players. We spent 60 million on Mount, 60 on Onana. Obviously, we've got a couple of others coming in, and we've done a bit of business. He said that he's happy with the investment in the squad. He says, yes, he is happy, but he also didn't say, like, you know, he was thrilled, to be honest. He says, yes, I am happy, but what you see is the benchmark. There were only 5 players above £60 million. Now you see all over many clubs invest in high rates, and they invest a lot in their squads. So Ten Hag, in a backhanded way, I think there is basically saying, yes, we have invested, but we could have invested more. We could have gone and got more players. We could have gone and got Kane. We could have done something really ambitious. So I think this is Ten Hag's way of slyly saying, we have spent money, we have bought players, but we've budgeted. You know, we haven't gone and just got whoever we wanted, like a lot of clubs do. Like if you look at Chelsea signing Caicedo for 115 million and Arsenal signing Rice for 105 million. This is what he's referring to. Teams that are going out there and signing the top players and having the real big ambition. Whereas United have had to sort of stick to a lesser amount. Obviously, we have spent a lot on Rasmus Højlund. Let's not pretend that's not the case. And we spent a lot on Mount, and we've spent a lot on Onana. We have spent a lot of money on these players, but I think in his dreams, Ten Hag would have liked to have been able to go out there and sign the likes of Caicedo or sign the likes of Harry Kane, but obviously not being able to do that because United have to budget, of course, which is a disgrace and a nonsense. Roy Keane would be throwing punches, but, you know, that's just the way of the world, unfortunately. We've got the shithouse Glazers as owners, and we've got a lot of guff players on our books who have paid a lot of money, and until these guys go, I suppose you can't expect to sell. But hey, look, obviously we have still spent quite a lot of money this summer. Ten Hag's got to do the job that's in front of him, but I think this is basically his way of saying, you know, we could have done a little bit more, maybe in a sly way. Maybe I'm wrong there, guys. What do you think? Smash a 1 if you agree with me that this is a little backhanded dig from Erik Ten Hag, or smash a 2 if you think I'm talking rubbish and he's just saying that, you know, they've set a benchmark, basically. But he said, yes, but what you see is the benchmark. There were only 5 players above 60 million. now you see all over many clubs invest in high rates and they invest a lot in their squads. So he's basically saying, you know, United has set a benchmark there, but there's other clubs doing more, basically. That's what he's saying. He is saying the market's nuts. Yes, I agree. But he's also kind of saying we could have gone and spent more money. There's other teams that have gone and spent more on big players, i.e. we could have gone for Caicedo. We could have gone for players like, you know, Kane. But who knows? Who knows? He still had backing from the board in a lot of ways. Obviously, Rasmus Højlund is a £72 million signing. Mason Mount's a £60 million signing. We paid a lot of money for Andre Onana as well. So these players have cost a heck of a lot of cash. But quite a lot of ones coming in the live chat. We certainly need more players coming in as well. So in terms of investment, at the moment, we won't do too much of the transfer news at the moment. We're doing a preview for the game, but obviously, you know, there is expected transfers still to come for Manchester United. We're working on Harry Maguire out to West Ham, just a small hold up in what Man United are paying him, basically, it seems at the moment. That should get done soon, and that's £30 million received back into the coffers, which then we can go and reinvest in the likes of Pavard or Todibo. And then in the midfield, of course, we are still waiting to move on one or two players there. Fred's gone, but Donny's still up for grabs. Maybe Scott McTominay up for grabs as well from other teams coming in. So that can generate some more cash for us to go and sign a new midfielder. We are looking to bring in somebody like Sofian Amrabat. There's talks of Amadou Onana, what's my name, and various different options in midfield as well. And then can we even think about maybe going to get a forward player as well? Perhaps this Leonardo Brazilian lad could be coming in. You know, every possibility that United are not done yet with our summer transfers and acquisitions. But I think it does depend, obviously, on who we sell. If Scott McTominay goes, I'm expecting us to go and get a midfielder or two. And if Maguire completes his move to West Ham, surely we go and get a replacement defender. So, yes, there's something to that. There's obviously a lot of players that we are looking at the moment, and obviously all shall be revealed very soon. But Ten Hag's not done yet. The reason I'm saying that, Ten Hag's not done yet. We are looking to bring in one or two more players in this transfer window. Get in there, my son. Right, okay, so let's talk about one other thing before the game tonight. We will get the team lineup up in a minute and give you my predictions there and stuff, and see what you guys are saying as well. Of course, we're going to dip into the live chat, so stick around, have your say. But I'm just going to talk about this for one moment, because this is taking place ahead of the game tonight as well, which is the 1958's planned protest before the game. Hashtag Glazers out. Let's get some green and gold emojis in there, some hashtag Glazers out. Check out the __1958 on Twitter for more information. But basically, they have obviously organised a protest before the game at the Trinity, and anybody who's attending the game can go and get involved and scream loudly, hashtag Glazers out, protest taking place, chants, etc. Get your green and gold flags out, etc. And it says, time to stand, United Wolves, 6:30 p.m. at the Trinity. We protest behind the banners, visually and loud. Help us to spread awareness and hand out flyers for our 60-minute sit-in after the Forest game. So they're planning a 60-minute sit-in after Forest as well. A fish rots from the head down. Currently our club stinks. See you tomorrow. The 1958. This was obviously posted yesterday. But yeah, you know, obviously do what you can to get involved. Obviously most people in here probably aren't going to be going to the game anyway. But if you are, you can go there an hour and a half before kickoff and get involved with the protest and support the 1958 and what they're trying to do, because obviously the 1958 are one of the leading sort of groups when it comes to, if not, well, they are the leading sort of fan group in regards to the Glazers out movement and trying to convince these tossers to go. And the louder you can protest, the more numbers that turn up, the better really, and the stronger the message. So get involved, guys. Hashtag Glazers out. Scumbags, do one. We need new owners at this football club. There were some reports and stuff that, okay, Qatar might be close to agreeing a deal to buy the club, etc. But it hasn't happened yet. And these Glazer parasites still have the stranglehold of Manchester United right now. So until they're gone, we can't really truly move on as a football club and do better things. It's going to be a case of being hindered all the time with those wankers at the top. So get out. See you later on. But just wanted to talk about this because obviously, you know, it is important to spread as much of the word as possible. Yeah, exactly, Superstar. You love those guys. Keep it going. They're very consistent. Exactly, my son. Precisely. That's it. They're doing a lot. Shout out to the 1958. They're certainly the most vocal sort of supporters group when it comes to getting the shithouses out. 1958 Glazers out. Absolutely. 100% agree. Yes, indeed. So do what you can, guys. Get yourself in there. The FPL League Clifton is, if you just put !FPL in the live chat, it will pop up with the link. the auto join link for you to click on, and that will join you to the Fantasy League. Nice one. So yes, get in there, my son. Shout out to the 1958 protest before the game, 6:30. Also, they will be doing a sit-in for the Forest game, which is interesting. Bit of a different take on the protest. Obviously, before it's like, oh, boycott the game, but it's hard to convince people to boycott the game. But now the idea is to stay for an hour afterwards, and that way it will send a big message also. So shout out to the 1958 anyway. Right, okay, let's get back into the game tonight, though. Let's get back into the game tonight. So, Wolves coming up against us, new manager, not expecting too much from them, but you never know, sometimes you do get like a new manager bounce. Gary O'Neill's only been in for a week. Ten Hag's had, over a year now at the football club. He's managed to move on players. He's obviously stamped his mark on the side with how he wants to play. We're trying to be a new sort of pressing, high pressing, team that quickly transitions and gets a heck of a lot of chances creating and attacks. And Ten Hag was asked about what he's got as a sort of message to the fans this season ahead of the Wolves game, and he said kind of the same as last year, but even more so, which is that Ten Hag wants to see his Manchester United side play great, beautiful, attacking football and entertain the fans, entertaining football. So it's not just about getting results and being some boring Arsenal, boring George Graham's Arsenal or whatever. It's about, attacking, creating lots of chances, being entertaining, enthralling. And that's what he wants to provide the Manchester United faithful. So I like what he's saying there. Hopefully it's true. Hopefully we can go on and do that. We need a good start against Wolves. We should see quite a full-blooded performance. It's the first competitive game back, of course, in the Premier League for Man United. So we should see proper high-tempo, proper full-blooded performance from us. At home we are as well at Old Trafford. Come on, United. We're going to smash them up 3-0, my friends. Oh, yes. So because of that, yeah, we're expecting a good start to the season, and Ten Hag's asking a lot from his team, obviously. He's signed a good few players in this summer window, of which we'll see quite a few of them tonight. No Højlund, unfortunately, so Højlund is expected not to be featuring at all because of the fact that he's got some sort of a back injury. We know about this, that he's expected to be out for a couple of weeks. But the other signings that he's made, Mason Mount should be making his debut tonight. Andre Onana should be making his debut tonight. When I say debut, I mean competitive debut. Obviously, they've played in pre-season, but they should be making their competitive debuts tonight for Manchester United. Andre Onana, a sort of transformative goalkeeper that can change the way that we play fundamentally as well, from the back, distribution, getting us forward quicker. Some people may be a little bit scared of how he plays because he does kind of like teeter on a knife edge sometimes, doesn't he? He's very high up the pitch. You've seen him get chipped a couple of times in pre-season, but he's still fresh into the United side. He's still learning his place in the side. He's learning how United do things. He's got to get that communication down with the defence and that organisation, etc. But he certainly seems like an absolute baller when it comes to getting us going, and he is a completely different goalkeeper to that of David De Gea. So very excited to see how Onana progresses for Man United this season. Let's hope he doesn't flop, and he is awesome. And then in regards to Mason Mount, big money signing coming in from rivals Chelsea. Ten Hag clearly wants him and feels like he's going to be a very good player for the team. He does work hard. He's an industrial sort of midfielder. He runs around a lot. So we're expecting big things from Mason Mount. My personal opinion on Mason Mount doesn't matter. It's about what Ten Hag does and how he utilises him. But I have been saying for 3 years now that Mason Mount's the most overrated player in the bloody league. But there you go. He is a United player and I'm going to back him. I'm going to support him and hope that he does really well this season for us, of course. Plus, he's 24. And that's really young and malleable, and he can be moulded into a fantastic Ten Hag-style player over the next coming seasons. He's still young. He's not even begun yet, really, in terms of his footballing career. So he seems to have a nice mentality. He seems a nice lad. But it's about how he does for Manchester United. I'm not bothered what he's previously done or what he's done for England. I don't care about any of that. I care about how he performs and how he plays for Manchester United. So, Mason Mount, let's ask the live chat. Do you think Mason Mount will be a success this season? Yes or no? Let's hear your thoughts and opinions. I am going to say yes, actually, even though I've already told you that I think he's bang average. Ten Hag's brought him in for a reason for 60 mil. Surely Ten Hag's going to utilise him to the best of his abilities and see him, in the side in his sort of, idea of what he can do for the team. You would think that he's going to do well for Manchester United. I hope anyway. So we've got to give him a chance. Yup. Yes. Give him time, says Langley. Absolutely. You've got to give all these new signings time to bed in as well. I'm not expecting fireworks from him for his first game this season anyway. It's got to be a progression over the course of a season. Sorry, but no, says Max Johnson. Needs to be, says Jeremy. Yes, says Jason. Exactly, superstar. So I'm not a big fan of him. up until this point from what I've seen previously, but Ten Hag clearly knows what he wants from the guy and he rates him. And so I'm sure Ten Hag will do well with him, and he can develop him and nurture him and get him back on track. He's a good player, but he's just not, he's never blown me away. But Ten Hag could certainly have a big hand in developing this guy into a top-tier player for Manchester United over the years. So let's see how he does. Yeah, he'll blossom under Ten Hag, says Tommy Ball. That's one thing that Ten Hag's been very, very astute at, is getting players back on track, developing players. I mean, look at last season. Some people were ready to toss Marcus Rashford away onto the scrap heap of failed players. But Ten Hag came in, gave him that boost, gave him that confidence, put his faith in him, and Marcus Rashford paid him back in spades. Literally scored 30 goals in all competitions last season, and just was absolutely brilliant for us really throughout most of the season. And that's the player that everyone was almost ready to write off towards the end of the season before. So you've got to say Ten Hag does have the ability to get players back on track and perform going forward. So hopefully Mount will do well. He does need to score or do something reasonably soon, doesn't it? It'd be lovely for him if he did. Jay seriously says he could do with scoring tonight. He says he'll score tonight. I mean, I guess he just has to have a good game. It's not necessarily about scoring, but he needs to have a good game, I think, just to try and show us what he's capable of doing. He didn't really have a very good preseason, if I'm being honest. I thought Mason Mount's preseason was kind of guff. There were some bad moments in there, like air-shotting sitters and stuff like that. But, it is only preseason. It only matters so much. It's more about getting the conditioning, more about getting fit and just understanding his surrounding and his teammates and the tactics and Ten Hag's coaching style and all the rest of it. Gangshi, your legend, yes, sir. Ray says Ten Hag will get the best out of him. I think so too. So we've got to give this guy a chance, and all the new signings, Onana as well. He might be a little bit shaky one or two games. He's got to get the understanding of how to communicate with his backline, etc. as well. So I expect him to have a good game, but you never know. I think Onana's going to be a very successful player for Man United going forward. Yeah, Olf says he'll come good when your side is settled. Alan Carter says, is Maguire involved tonight? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Maguire's involved tonight. Somebody's got to be bringing out the Gatorade, mate. Somebody's got to bring out the water, and cut up the half-time oranges, lad. Somebody's got to still do that, so he's definitely involved. Oh, you mean as a player? No, Harry Maguire's not going to be playing for Manchester United, mate. No fucking way. But, maybe. But no, he's not expected to play, mate. No. So, obviously, a couple of days ago, Ten Hag was asked about the Maguire situation. And he said that, yes, of course, he'll be fit and available, ready to play against Wolves. But he's not really going to be, is he? Man United will be protecting our asset there. We wouldn't want to see Harry Maguire get an injury, and then that would scupper the £30 million transfer to West Ham. That'd be a nightmare. So he might be on the bench, but he's not going to be featuring. He's not going to play. I would have very much doubt it that Slabo's going to be involved at all. If he is involved, it'll probably be hydrating everyone. That's the only way he'll be involved. But Alan Carter, thank you so much for getting in with your question. By the way, guys, nice one. We got 142 likes on the stream. That's awesome. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this cheeky little preview. Drop us a thumbs up on it if you haven't done so. Thank you, Vutinator, Stephanie, and everyone for giving us the likes tally there. We got 143 likes. We're nearly at 150, so keep smashing that like button. Oh, yes, drop a thumbs up on it. It's free to like the video. That's all we ask, is a cheeky little like. Cheers, everyone who takes the time to smash a thumbs up on it. Also, we're 3 subscribers now away from 73,050 subscribers. So click the subscribe button if you are new here today. You do need to be subscribed to chat in the live chat, but it's free to subscribe, and you only need to be subscribed for 0 seconds. So if you want to get involved with the chat and get your predictions and thoughts in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That's the one that says subscribe. Nice one. I'm all good, Jonathan Jackson. I'm buzzing my titties off, lad, about the prospect of Man United being back tonight, mate, and smashing up these Wolverhampton blunderers. Come on, United. You thought Maguire was on car park duty, says 0793. He is, actually. Yeah, he's playing the role of a bollard. That's what he's doing. He can't be trusted with, getting people to park in the right place, but he's just a statuesque bollard, mate, sat there stationary, and that will stop somebody parking in Ten Hag's spot. You know what I mean? That's what he's been utilised as, 0793. Absolutely. You can't wait for the watch along. Yes, mate, it's going to be raw, lad. Come on, we're back on at 7:30 tonight, guys, so do come and join us for that. Absolute mon. We've got a super chat here. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat here from Darren Michael Bennett. He says, my hemorrhoid is itching. It's a sign. Martial plays. Oh, a little bit too much information there, my son. Get some Farmer Giles cream, lad. Bloody hell. Holy shit. Anyway, Okay, maybe Martial plays tonight. I've put him on the thumbnail for a reason, because he's expected that he'll feature in some sort of capacity. We know from Eric Ten Hag that he's got a bit of faith in Martial. So when asked about Tony, he said that he should be fit and available to play in this game. He's also said that for the number 9 position, we've still got Tony Martial. We've still got Jadon Sancho who can play through the middle, and Rashford, of course. So let me pop that up on screen. So he was asked about the number 9 situation. And basically, this is what he said. Thank you for the super chat there, by the way. That he said that I'm quite calm, composed in this situation because Rashi is very good as a striker. We have seen it last Saturday, and Anthony Martial is available as well. Jadon Sancho can play there as well. He did it in pre-season very well. So Ten Hag got a few options tonight in the number 9 position. So I'm probably expecting Rashford to start the game, though, and for Tony Martial to be coming on maybe later on towards the end of the game and get 15, 20 minutes or something. I don't think Tony Martial is going to play, but you never know. It would be interesting if Ten Hag's gone with his senior players. So I'm expecting Garnacho to play. Smash a 1 in the chat if you think Garnacho should start the game on the left-hand side. Smash a 1 if you do think Garnacho should start. But you know what Ten Hag has done quite a lot over the last season is he does often go with players who are senior, more senior. So sometimes you expect him to play some of the youngsters who are maybe more deserving of the start, but he does kind of go with more senior players quite often. So it's possible that he starts, say, Rashford on the left and goes with Martial up top if he's fit and ready, and then Anthony on the right. But it's Martial's only just coming back to fitness. He's not really been involved in pre-season, obviously due to injury. It is kind of unexpected if he does play. So I don't think that he'll start. I think maybe he'll get a few minutes towards the end of the game, but I'm fully expecting it to be a front three consisting of Garnacho, Rashford and Anthony at this stage. If you look at the last couple of games where Garnacho's played in pre-season, I think he's played his way into the lineup by his great performances, and he might be young, but he's hungry and he's ready. He looks actually like one of the best players on the pitch whenever he plays. So certainly would be happy to see Garnacho start, and he needs to, really. Really hope Ten Hag gives Garnacho the start tonight. Well, I'm going to get the team lineup on the screen in a minute. Just to reiterate, this is what I think Ten Hag is going to select. Not necessarily what I want, but it's what I think Ten Hag is going to go with in the game. And obviously we'll dip into the live chat afterwards, hear your thoughts and opinions about what you think about it also. So let's get it up on the screen then, and we'll see what we have selected. But it basically selects itself. I think a lot of the players have played their way into the side. So here's the lineup that I've gone with for the game. We've got Andre Onana in goal, obviously. Well, that's kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, we've got to be playing Andre Onana. Luke Shaw at left-back, obviously ahead of the likes of Malacia and Fernandes at this stage in that position. Got to be Luke Shaw. Martinez and Varane, of course. Got to be Martinez and Varane as long as they're fit and available. Got to be Martinez and Varane. And then on the right, this is a contentious decision, I suppose. But, you know, it could easily be Diogo Dalot because we've seen him selected by Ten Hag quite a lot in pre-season. But I just feel like Wan-Bissaka's performed better in pre-season, and over the last sort of 6 months in general, Wan-Bissaka's performed better than Dalot. So obviously it depends on what sort of style of play you want. If we're going to be dominating Wolves at home, maybe he'll go with Dalot because he's good going forward. But let me ask the live chat and see what you guys are saying about Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. Who would you select at the right back position out of those two, Dalot and Wan-Bissaka? But I feel like Dalot performed not the very best the last couple of games we saw from him in pre-season. He did score that great goal, but other than that, I wasn't impressed with him defensively speaking. And Wan-Bissaka is a defensive boss and actually had some really fantastic games the last couple of games out in pre-season. So I would go with Wan-Bissaka myself, and I just feel like he deserves to start. I think if somebody's trying to impress Ten Hag and they have a really good couple of last games, you've got to go with them. You can't select somebody who's looked ropey. So it sends the wrong message to the squad. So I do think that Ten Hag will select Wan-Bissaka. Let's see what you guys are saying. Mo Khan says Wan-Bissaka's way better. Dalot starts, says Mark. Let's have a look. You've the same lineup, says Roland. Wan-Bissaka says Ansar. Wan-Bissaka says Kieran and Berber. Langi. DJ Superfly's going Wan-Bissaka. Rajat's going for Dalot. Duncan's going for Wan-Bissaka. United's going for Dalot. They'll be sitting deep and Dalot better going forward. Well, that's what I said, isn't it? I think you could be onto something there. It's horses for courses. So because they'll be sitting deep and Manchester United are at home and will be attacking, maybe he will go with Diogo Dalot. That's true. That's very true. But I think you've got to sort of reward good performances, and Dalot's not had the best of times the last couple of games out in pre-season, whereas Wan-Bissaka has. Wan-Bissaka says superstar. Yeah, there you go. That could be it. Mikhail Kramer, absolutely. Yeah, good shout. Alan says Shaw, Martinez, Varane and Dalot. Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka says Gungshi and Ragnar. Get in. Dallo says Alan. So most people are going for Wan-Bissaka. I mean, that's one of the only sort of contentious positions in the team. I suppose the midfield is also reasonably difficult to decide, especially on the sort of lineup we've got. Every possibility that, we go with a slightly different formation here also, but I've just gone with a midfield three, essentially, midfield three. So nothing too crazy going on there. But to move on to the midfield, I've gone with Casemiro. Obviously, Casemiro is going to be the player that's sitting deepest out of all of these players. He's the one who's going to sit in front of the back line and play that CDM role. Mason Mount could interchange with Bruno Fernandes quite a bit also, but I've gone with Casemiro and Mason Mount there. Mason Mount obviously is going to be playing more sort of box to box anyway, or if it's Bruno sitting there playing deep line playmaker, that also can happen too. But Casemiro is going to be sitting deeper and allowing the likes of Mount and Bruno Fernandes to get going. And with the sort of players that Bruno and Mount are, they're both very industrious players that cover a lot of ground and do a lot of running and pressing and that kind of thing. So I'm expecting they'll be all over the place and interchanging to a degree. So we've gone with Casemiro and Mount in the midfield there. That's what I think he's going to select. And then obviously Bruno in front of Mason Mount and Casemiro at this stage. But as I mentioned, Bruno can drop deeper, Mount can go forward, and they can interchange a little bit throughout the game as well to keep the opposition guessing a bit. And they're both that sort of a player. Bruno can get stuck in, Bruno can play deeper if you need him to. Bruno likes to tackle, and he can certainly pass from deeper. So that's what I've gone with there, guys. Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield three. Get in there, my son. Obviously, Cassie picks himself. If he's fit and available, he's got to be playing because he's realistically probably our best player in terms of his position. I think he's world class in his position. There's only maybe one or two other sort of CDMs in world football that are in the same bracket. So I think Casemiro is just the absolute daddy of this team, isn't he? What a don. And then over on the left-hand side, I had to have chosen Garnacho, guys. Garnacho's had a really good, impressive pre-season. He's looked good in more or less all the games that he's played. He's played really well. I've been so impressed with him. We've got to go with Alejandro Garnacho on the left-hand side. He's made that position his own in pre-season. Obviously, Rashford's been playing up top, which is why I've gone with Rashford up top in this lineup as well, because obviously we've got no Højlund. Martial's just coming back to fitness, so expected that he'll be starting on the bench. And of course, Jadon Sancho, yeah, you've got him as an option to play through the middle, but not as good as an option, I don't think, at this stage. He's looked a bit hit or miss in pre-season, and maybe not his strongest position anyway. But there you go. Garnacho's got to play on the left-hand side. The boy wonder doing absolute bits, and he deserves that starting spot in the team, if you ask me. Rashford up top to stretch the opposition defences. Get in there. Obviously scored a lot of goals for us last season. Expecting big things from him again. He's not an out-and-out number 9. It's not his favoured position. His favoured position is the left, but because of the injury situation with Højlund at the minute, that makes the most sense, is to play him up there and have Garnacho on the left, who's a beast. And then over on the right hand side, you could choose one or two players here obviously, but I do think that Anthony's going to get selected by Ten Hag tonight because of, well, he's his golden boy. But also, he has looked good in the last couple of games, and even if he's not looked amazing, he's still been effective and scored and created goals and things like that. So he's an effective player, even if he's the sort of player that kind of sometimes fails to flatter or flatters to deceive or whatever you want to say. Sometimes he doesn't necessarily put in the most industrious performances over 90 minutes, but he does actually create chances and score goals and create goals and stuff like that. So I think he'll go with that lineup. Let's get into the live chat, see what you guys are saying. Do you agree with my lineup, or do you think there'll be other players that come in and Ten Hag will select? Get your thoughts and opinions in. Let's see what you guys are saying. Get Garnacho off from the bench. He's got to get on the starting 11, doesn't he? Yeah, Casemiro the tank in midfield. You play Sancho on the left, says Batman. Interesting, okay. You prefer Pellistri over Anthony. Yeah, fair play, Kieran Lord. No, Pellistri looks an absolute baller, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Ten Hag will play his big money sign-in, and Anthony, as I say, has been effective over the last few games in pre-season. Big season for Anthony. Damn right, Berber. Yes, sir. The inconsistencies were apparent last year. Some games he was brilliant. Nobody can deny that he's great at cutting in and shooting, but that is it. He needs to add other aspects to his game. Garnacho, Rashford and Anthony. Yep, Lucky Singh agrees with that front three. Anthony's our fidget spinner. You think Jadon will start, says Rajat. Interesting. Yeah, he's got to perform. Rashford, a striker, is gash. It's not the best, is it, Malps? But, what can you do, really? What can you do? You can obviously go with Sancho there. You could go with Martial there. I don't think Martial's 100% fit right now. Plus, if you were to play somebody else at striker, you've almost got to start Rashford in the left wing position, which I think is fine. It's his best position, but then you get no Garnacho, really, which is a big shame. You've got to have Garnacho. I think the strongest three with the players who are fit right now is the one that's on the screen there. Agree with your starting over. Thank you, TJ. Sancho over Anthony, says Elliot Manduna. Rashford on the left and Garnacho on top. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. But I can't see Ten Hag doing that because he's not really giving Garnacho that chance to do that in pre-season. Maybe if you'd have seen that once or twice in pre-season, you could imagine that happening. But I just don't think that will happen because that's not been worked on. Not publicly anyway. Welsh Red says 4-0. Getting there, my son. Slabby's farewell game. Yeah, well, he should be on the bench. I personally don't think he will come on at all, but he might feature maybe towards the end of the game for a few minutes just to get a goodbye from the Old Trafford crowd. I think that's fair, actually. Maybe he will get a few minutes, but Ten Hag said of course he'll be available for the game, but we're not going to risk this guy. We're not going to risk him getting injured and scupper this whole £30 million transfer to West Ham. What do you reckon, guys? Do you think Slabby will get some minutes in the game? Smash a 1 in the chat if you think he'll get on in the team today, even just off the bench for a couple of minutes at the end to say goodbye. I think that might actually happen, but I don't think he's going to play more than a couple of minutes. Hey, thank you very much for getting in with a super chat, my son. Appreciate you. Thank you very much there, Jason Stool. Come on, let's get some love in there for Jason. Thank you so much for getting in here, raw bro. Can we get some love hearts in the live chat, everybody, for Mr. Jason Soul? Thank you so much. He says, Pig, I know 4-4-2 is old school, but do you think we would ever see Højlund and Greenwood on at the same time? Young future lineup. Jason, thank you so much for getting in here, raw bro. Really do appreciate that. Come on. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, yes, I do, to be honest. I do think that they could feature at the same time. 4-4-2, I mean, I'm not so sure necessarily about 4-4-2, but certainly Greenwood can play out on the wide right, can't he? So the situation with Greenwood's much the same. He's not playing at the moment. Obviously, Man United conducted this investigation. We're expecting to hear some sort of announcement very soon about his future, and by all accounts, it seems like he's probably going to stay. But we don't know that at this moment. We're waiting for official statements from Manchester United in regards to what's going on with Mason. But yeah, I mean, if he does stay, he's a heck of a player, and he will get on. And think about that front three. If it's a 4-3-3, think about the front three going forward over the next 10 years on paper of Garnacho, Højlund, and Greenwood. You've got a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 21-year-old who all are amazing young players and should develop into some of the best players in the world. So yeah, I mean, that's very exciting. But if you're me, and my opinion on Greenwood is, see you later on, mate. Too much trouble. Too much trouble, too much PR nightmare, shitstorm. Don't like it. It's a calamity. See you later on. Let's go and get somebody else. That's honestly my opinion on him, just because he causes issues outside of football. That's the problem, really, Jason. Obviously, he's a very talented player. But yeah, what a great lineup that would be on paper, though. Come on, that would be an insane lineup. You can't deny it. Yes, indeed. Maguire can warm the bench only tonight. Can't risk not getting a clean sheet. Yeah, so quite a few ones coming in the live chat about... Thank you for your super chat, by the way, there, Jason. Quite a few ones coming in the live chat here about whether or not Harry will get on for a couple of minutes. I think he may get on for the last minute or two. Literally stoppage time substitute. Just to, like, say goodbye, just to get an applause from the home crowd. 2 says, oh, busy, he won't come on. Yeah, TJ thinks he'll come on in the 88th minute. So yes, 2 says Batman Night fan, he won't come on. Neither says Bones Brigade. Rashford left, Sancho up top. Ten Hag liked it. Yeah, he did give Sancho quite a few opportunities down the middle in pre-season. It's a fair chance. A farewell boo, says Pity Funk. I don't know if he'll get booed on his last game, because everybody knows it's his last game. As we've talked about Harry Maguire many times, it's not his fault he's shite. You know what I mean? He's a nice enough guy. He's always given it his all. I could never really fault his effort levels at United. It's just the fact that he's technically, fundamentally not good enough for United. He's slow as a slug, and he's just been an awful captain for United. But it's not his fault. It's not through lack of trying. So I think he'll get a decent send-off from the United fan base. In all honesty, I do think he'll get that. Rush Marno, get in there, my son. How you doing today? He says, hashtag Glazers out. Absolutely, guys. Get these Glazer wank bags out of the club. As I mentioned earlier on, guys, the 1958 protest taking place 6:30 p.m. at the Trinity. If you're going to the game, go there beforehand and sing it loud and proud. Hashtag Glazers out. And do what you can to be part of the numbers there, because the more people who get involved with that, the stronger the message. Can you imagine if Slabby gets on, then gets injured, keep him on the bench? That would be horrendous. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that, to be honest. I could imagine that because, you know, that's the sort of thing that would happen. He won't get booed, though. He might get a few laughs. Yeah, I don't think he'll get booed on his last game. You'll send him off, says Ronster. Mate, I'll piggyback him down to London. Every time he plays, I have to heal my eyes and watch Nemanja Vidic compilations. Nice. He comes from Leicester to United. I personally believe he couldn't handle the pressure. No, it's a different sort of environment. It's a complete Petra cooker when it comes to pressure, isn't it? It's a pressure cooker, my son. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. Right, okay, well, what I'm going to do now, guys, is just quickly run down what we've discussed in this preview. Then I'm going to get into the live chat for 5-10 minutes, give you have a bit of a Q&A. So let's be having you. Stick around. Also, smash that like button if you're just getting in here. Help us get to 200 likes on the preview. And smash a subscribe on this video if you're new to this new to the channel. Drop the subscribe. That way you'll be able to get involved in the Q&A. You do have to be subscribed to chat, but only for a second. So hit the subscribe button and get yourself involved. Right, so I'll just move this team lineup up there so we can see the live chat. Or I'll move it down here, actually. So anybody, this is my predicted lineup. It's not the actual lineup or anything, but it's expected to be, I'm pretty sure it will be something like that. If not, then there could be one or two changes, obviously, but no, I think it'll be pretty much that. Right, let's get into the updates of what we discussed very quickly. So Ten Hag on the game being at home. Ten Hag very happy with the fact that this game's at Old Trafford, the first game of the season, but of course doesn't really mean all that much. But he is very happy with the game being at home. He said that it doesn't really matter where it is, but we have to win. That's what he said. And then he was also talking about the condition of the players, says that the condition of the players is much better than last season. He was very happy with the condition of the players. And he's also alluded to the fact that Tony Martial is fit to play. We know that Højlund's not realistically fit to play, but Tony Martial could be featuring off the bench at some point as well. And he's asked about the number 9 position. He says he's happy with the number 9 position, really. Obviously, Rasmus Højlund's not fit right now, but he said Rashford's very good at playing at number 9. And we've got Tony Martial's very good at number 9, and even Sancho, who could play through the middle as well. So it seems like he's reasonably happy with the number 9. Also, he was asked about the squad investment and if he's happy with the level of squad investment, and it seems that he is. He said, in regards to the squad investment, he said this. Ten Hag was quoted in regards to the squad investment and said, yes, but what you see is the benchmark. There were only 5 players above £60 million. Now you see all over many clubs investing high rates, and they invest a lot in their squad. So I think he's reasonably happy with what we've acquired. But at the same time, maybe just a bit of a backhanded dig there from Erik Ten Hag to the ownership, saying, well, we could have gone and showed a bit more ambition and maybe gone and got some of the top tier players that other teams have gone and got. You know, people like Caicedo, people like Cade, Declan Rice, all these high profile signings. We've not spent near that, but we have spent a lot of money, let's be honest. We have spent 72 mil on Højlund, we have spent 60 million on Mount, etc. So, you know, he's happy with the level of investment, but I think it's a little bit of a backhanded comment just to say we should have gone and done even more, maybe. But there's still obviously signings that we're going to make. We're expected to sell Slabby Maguire very soon. We're expecting to sell maybe Scott McTominay. Donny van der Beek can obviously still go. So 1 or 2 players still to go out of Manchester United, and hopefully 1 or 2 players still to come into United. So yes, but there you go. And I mean, that's basically the sort of latest updates in regards to the squad, obviously. And here's the team lineup, guys. Get in there, my son. A predicted team lineup for the game tonight. Come on, United. I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't wait to see us back in action. And let's get your predictions in the live chat again for anybody who's just getting in the stream. We did this near the start of the show, but let's get some new, fresh predictions in the live chat. Have your say. What do you think is going to be the result tonight? I'm going 3-0 to Manchester United. Cheeky little dub. Opening fixture of the season for United at home in the Premier League. Competitive game. Get in there, my son. Also feeling like Rashford's going to get on the score sheet. Bruno's going to get on the score sheet. And Alejandro Garnacho's going to get on the score sheet. Get your predictions in. 2-1 says Matt. 4-1 says Kieran. 2-1 says Rajat. 5-0 says Stephanie. 2-0 says Heath. 1-0 says Stefan. 3-0 says Alan. Oh, we got a super chat from Matt G. Oh, thank you, Luan. I missed that. Thank you very much. Oh, Matty Gwinnett, get in there, my son. Sorry I missed that, bro. Thank you, Luan, for reminding me. Matt Gwinnett, appreciate you, bud. He says, imagine the game's over. Slabby clapping the fans, saying goodbye, and he twists his ankle. Out for 4 months, dude. Don't do that to me, mate. Don't do that to me. I'm still having nightmares that Tony Martial is going to pull a muscle just walking out the tunnel, mate. I don't want to think about Harry Maguire getting stuck here. for another couple of seasons or another year or another window. That'd be a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to think about that, Matt Quinner, to be honest. This is a disgusting message that you've said. Look, I don't know. I don't know if we should even risk him at all. Slabby Maguire may deserve a little send-off in front of the Old Trafford faithful for his last ever game for United if he gets a couple of minutes at the end. He's obviously not going to start. Ten Hag said that, of course, he'll be available for the game. He's not a West Ham player yet. It is being, finalised, but at this moment, he's still a United player, so he's available for selection. But I think he'll just be sat on the bench. We'll, of course, go with Varane and Martinez more than likely. And maybe Harry comes on with a couple of minutes left just to get a goodbye send-off. That's all I think he'll get. But I think he probably will get a 2-minute cameo at the end of the game. But if he gets injured, crikey, what a shambles. Hello there, Adam Rawson. Welcome in, mate. Okay, predictions then. So everybody's going for cheeky predictions here. 2-0 says Roshmano to United. 1-0 says Mokan. 4-0 says Zuko. 3-1 says Jefferman. 2-1 says United. 3-1 says Adam. 3-0 says Jason, going with the same as me. 2-0 says Johnny. 9-0 says Boomy. Mount, Rashford, Garnacho and Bruno. 4-0 says Duncan. 4-0 says McKay. 5-0 top of the league. 5-0 says Langy. Love it. 4-1, 4-0, 4-0, 4-1 says Gungshi. 6-1 says Adams. 2-1. Loving all the predictions. Farewell to Slabby tonight. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll see one, won't we? We'll see the send-off that I was going to say that he deserves, but maybe doesn't deserve it. But actually, no, like I've said many times, it's not his fault he's shite. He's always tried his hardest. Good luck to him. He's a nice enough guy. He's just not good enough for United. Good luck to him. He'll be a good West Ham player. 5-0 says Chris and Mark. 10-0 says DJ and Tommy. Get in there. 3-0 says RRFC. 3-0 says 13. 8-0 to Wolves. Get out, Trey. Right, okay, I'm going to get into the live chat now for a bit of a Q&A. So have your say on anything we've discussed in this video or predictions for the game, team lineup stuff, etc. Get your thoughts in. We will be covering a bunch of questions and stuff, obviously, in the next 5-10 minutes. So have your say now, guys. Q&A time. Thanks, everyone who's here. We've got 336 legends watching. Good to have you all aboard the Bacon Express this afternoon. Choo-choo! Crikey, what happened there? Come on, United. We're going to smash up these Wolverhampton blunderers. Come on! Get your thoughts and opinions in. We'll read a whole bunch of your comments out now. And also, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Get your thoughts and opinions in. I'm just going to go over to the top of the live chat, actually, and check out the people who have retweeted this post over on Twitter. It does help us out, everyone who shares the channel. So thanks, everyone who's retweeted us. Oh, Gangshi's gifted out 5 members on the channel, my son. Get in there, you Raw legend. Come on, get some Raw emojis in there for the Don. Mate, thank you so much for gifting out 5 members on the channel there, Gunsh. You're an absolute hero, my son. Go on, the Don. Look at this, Phil Jones attack. It's a Gurn fest. Gurn, baby, Gurn. Phil Jones Inferno, Gurn, baby, Gurn. Gungshi, thanks so much, mate, for gifting out 5 members. You're an absolute star, man. Thank you very much for that, bud. Let's see who's got it. So, Jason Saul's been made a member by Gungshi. Heath Edwards is a made man by the Don. Zuko's a made man. Driss El Kafui's a made man. And finally, Ryan86, all gifted memberships there by the Don. Oh, Don Gungstilione. Oh, Don Gungstilione. Thank you very much, Gungs. That's very, very kind of you, man. Really appreciate that, bud. Get in there, you beautiful man. Thank you so much to Gungshi, everyone. Get some mad love in the live chat for him. Appreciate that, Gungshi. Are you going to be up watching the game with us later? Or is it's in the middle of the night in Taiwan, isn't it? Let us know. Roshmano says, smash a like if you want the Glazers out. Yes, sir. Oh, that's awesome, Gungshi. Thank you so much. Right, okay, so let me just go over to Twitter real quick. Shout everyone out. Thank you to everyone who's retweeted us. It does help us out. I can see we've had 22 retweets. Thank you so much to everyone who's done that. We have got Anthony Ong, Guyam Legend, Michael Paul, and Jonty72 have tweeted us. And then we've got 18 reposts as well, which is Aaron Homeyard, Boomy, Michael Paul, Tommy71, United Mark, John Boy Cat, Tommy Boyle, CZ Bam, the Mario 55 Eric, All Out United, Sanjay Ramatar, Rugmuncher 007, Ted Zavala, Jarvis Cocker, G-Dad Gamer, Feline Fur, Duncan Belifo, Kane, Luan France. Thank you so much to each and every one of you legends for retweeting the show there, guys. That is much love. Thank you, guys. Right, let's get into the chat for the Q&A, and thank you each and every one of you dons who've done that. That really does help out the channel big time and helps us to, you know, get a couple more eyeballs on it. So cheers for that. Also, we are doing a watch-along tonight, in case you didn't know. We're back on at 7:30 p.m. with the Man United Wolves game. So at the end of this show, if I could get all you legends to go over to the stream and smash a like on it, that'll give us a cheeky little boost. So I'll just type that in the live chat. Sorry, it's gone a bit shaky there, a bit like Slabo's career. Let's pop that at the top of the live chat now. There's the link to the watch-along, guys. So click that link at the end of this show and give us a cheeky little like. Oh, yes. Boomy says, check Fabrizio's tweet, Liverpool in the mud. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this, my son. Check Fabrizio's tweet, Liverpool in the mud. Anytime Liverpool in the mud. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's have a look at this. Fabrizio Romano, let's see what he's saying. He says, Chelsea want both Caicedo and Lavia to be announced as new signings this week. Romeo Lavia has decided to join Chelsea, as they wanted him already last summer. He joined Southampton for 12 million in July, and then Chelsea got £50 million proposal rejected on deadline day. Get in there, my son. Come on, Liverpool in the shit. Mate, they're going to try and sign Jordan Henderson back at this rate. What the fuck? Nobody wants to go and play for these Liverpool scummers, do they? Chelsea, Romeo Lavia has decided to join Chelsea as well. My goodness. So obviously Liverpool are going after Lavia, and it looks like he's now going to Chelsea as well. Liverpool getting ultimately pied off this summer. It's the best thing ever. Bellingham, Caicedo and Lavia all turning down Klopp's flops. Yes, mate. Looks like Sofyan Amrabat will as well. So, you know, Lavia's rejected them. Lavia wanted Liverpool. He's gone to Chelsea. He's going to Chelsea. That is so awesome. That is legit awesome, guys. You love to see that. Yeah, exactly, Mark. And they've all rejected Liverpool. So good, isn't it? That is so good. Even when they offer 100 million, no one cares. In the mud, says Langy. That is class, guys. Yeah, down with the Scouser toss pots. Loser Paul. Nobody wants Thursday night melts under Klopp. That's what they get for pretending they didn't have funds when Southampton then agree and feast with Brighton melts. Exactly. Amrabat didn't want Saudi. He doesn't want Loser Paul either. Scousers in the mud. They'll pay 60 million for McTominay at this rate. Go on, Jamie. That'd be amazing. Oh, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Not Liverpool. Get in there, Stephanie Griffith. That's a good one, lad. Go on. Predictions. I'm going for 3-0 Red Devils TV, lad. 3-0 to the mighty United. That's what I'm predicting. We've done predictions a few times, so I'm not going to ask for the chat again, but I am going for 3-0 to United. McTominay's available, Maria Steer. Yes, indeed. It's a good day. Well, let's hope United get the job done tonight against Wolverhampton Blunderers. Then we can truly say that. But it is a good day anytime Liverpool getting pied off. They'll have to play Alisson as their centre mid. Oh, I wonder who they're actually going to end up getting. I really hope this doesn't mean that they do try and get Sofyan Amrabat. It's known that Sofyan Amrabat wants Man United, though, and he's agreed to join Manchester United. But still, at this moment, we haven't actually tried to go and get him officially yet. We might have had talks, but we've not officially submitted a bid for him. Surely they've got a list of players, although apparently they did want Sofyan Amrabat and had conversations with him, and he said no, he wants Man United. So hopefully that's the case, but we actually haven't gone in for an official bid yet, so we need to do that. We definitely need to do that. Cass says Amrabat, no to United. Onana to United. Maguire leave this week with a paycheck from United. Dutch media. You what there, Cass? We got pied off. Chelsea sold Shitty Mount to us and got both Lavia and Caicedo. Well, Chelsea, I know. Chelsea have done some amazing transfer business. You're right about that, DJ Superfly. I mean, crikey. I mean, I must admit, out of all of those midfielders, the one I would want the least is Mount. And they've ended up getting Caicedo and Lavia by the looks of it as well. So I must admit, I'm not a huge lover of Mount, but Ten Hag clearly is. So I back what Ten Hag's trying to do anyway. But yeah, it's not ideal. Get Fabinho back at this rate, says Russia. All of them swerving loser, Paul. It is brilliant, isn't it? It is absolutely brilliant to see. Yeah, Red Devils, their Liverpool have agreed a fee with Fiorentina for Sofyan Amrabat. They've agreed that it's never going to happen. Get in there, my son. We would have took both, says DJ Superfly. Yeah, Onana from Everton's a shout as well, lad. Onana, long ball pass to Bruno, 73 minutes, then another one to Mount, 80 mins. No, you're all right, Elliot Manduna. What do you mean, at FIFA or something? Lucky Singh says Donny van der Beek. Get in there, my son. Terms to Ajax on Real Sociedad, please. 18 million. Jarvis Cock, how are you doing today? Says Alfredo Padilla confirmed Amrabat deal is done. Only thing that can stop is Amrabat changes his mind. Yeah, and United have to actually go in for it and submit a bid for him, which hasn't happened yet. We actually do need to pay the money to Fiorentina as well. But yes, so we've reported many times, and we've heard that Amrabat wants to go to United, but we haven't had an official bid submitted to Fiorentina yet. So until that actually goes into into reality, there's still question marks over it. But it does look like he's going to be a United player. I agree. No one likes Mount Pig. Get in there, my son. I mean, you can't say any deals are done until they're done, really, because there's always things that can happen. There's things that can fall down. Maybe United change our mind, But at the moment, it does look like Sofyan Amrabat's the main midfield target for United. Come on, United. Go and get him in there. Eamon Barrett says, we helped fund Chelsea with a proper midfield. Sadly, that's true. They've got a heck of a baller midfield now, don't they? Fernandes, they've got Lavia, Caicedo. I mean, crikey, it does look like a heck of a midfield they've got now. Can't deny that. Maybe Marlborough Man. I still think we'll go and get Sofyan Amrabat and potentially a defender like Pavard or maybe Todibo. I still think we've got to do that. We just need to move Maguire on, which is in the process of being sold. Fred's sold, which means we should be going for Sofyan Amrabat soon, and we are still working on the potential of Scott McTominay going. Lucas Paqueta is still wanted by City. They're expecting another bid to be received at West Ham very, very soon. If that takes place, then obviously there's an expectation that they may come in for Scott McTominay, which means that we'll probably more than likely go and get a really good midfielder, or maybe even more. So I still think there'll be 2 signings coming for Manchester United between now and the end of the window. Let's know, how many more players do you think we'll sign? Could even be 3. We could even add another forward player to our ranks. But I still think guaranteed, almost guaranteed anyway, he can't guarantee anything, but I think 2 more players still come into United before the end of the window. Bellingham, Caicedo, Lavia all reject Klopp, and these Windibers reckon they got Paul. Players choosing Poch and no Europe over him. That's so true, isn't it? I know, crikey. Heck of a midfield, but still shy. It's about getting them to gel, though. It's a fair point. Yeah, Tchouaméni's been linked with United as well. Brighton relegation this season. Sociedad and Ajax don't want Donny. Sell McTominay, keep Donny. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Tchouaméni's still ready for market move. Could happen. 2 more, says Gungshi. 2, says Clint. 4, says Cass. 1, says Marlborough Man. Man, you're shited. Gonna gash this up, says Hammerhead. How you doing there, Hammerhead? All right, anyway, folks, I'm pretty much going to wrap this preview up. It's been a great preview. Thank you so much for getting in. There's the latest team news and predictions, etc. You can come back after this video has indeed finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. Get your score predictions in. Come back after this video is finished, and in the not live section of the comments, get your predictions for the goal scorers and the result. Predict the result after this video is finished. Also, come back and have your say in regards to the starting 11. Who do you think Manchester United will select? Who do you think will select? Java says, where do we move forward if the Qataris come in before January window? Where do we move forward if the Qataris come in before the January window? How do you mean, Jarvis? You mean in terms of player acquisitions or the places in the squad, or like as a team, as a club? Well, I mean, hopefully, if the Qataris come in, we invest in all areas. They get stadium improvements underway, all different areas of the club. And if we actually get them in and we can maybe sign players in January and stuff, then hopefully we get a new striker. Hopefully we get just a couple more players in all areas, really. We could probably do with another right back. Depends if we get Pavard, etc. But I think as soon as they come in, they'll invest heavily, won't they? I think they'll invest pretty heavily once they've come in. So, yeah, hopefully everywhere, really, Jarvis. Hopefully everywhere we can improve. Stephanie, 226 likes. Come on. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that thumbs up. Do hit the like button if you haven't done so. Drop a smash of a like on it. Thank you, everyone who's smashed the likes. Drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We're going to be back for the watch along tonight at 7:30 p.m, everyone. What areas will Ten Hag address? Oh, okay, right, yes. Well, I think he will address... He'll probably want another midfielder if we're getting 3 players go in this window, because there's a potential for Donny, McTominay, and, of course, Fred, who's gone. And we're only realistically maybe signing 1 midfielder. So I think he'd want another midfielder if we get Qataris in, and certainly a forward player as well to help out the likes of Rasmus Højlund. So certainly those areas would have to be addressed if we've got Qataris in. Get in there, Jedi Stew and everyone else as well. Thank you so much for getting in here tonight, guys. I really do appreciate you for joining us and getting your say in there. Come back, get your score predictions in there. Come back, get your lineup predictions in there, or who you'd like to see start the game tonight for United. Come back after this video is finished and have your say. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. All the links are in the description of this video. Go give us a follow. Also, subscribe to this channel if you're new. Click the bell icon for notifications. Like I say, we're back on in just over 90 minutes at 7:30 for the watch along. Great preview tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and having your say. Legends. Do us a favour. Click this link in the live chat. Go over to the watch along. Smash a like on it before we start. Hit the thumbs up on the watch along. That will help us out. And also, subscribing, set the reminder there, guys. Because if you set the reminder, you're going down 9 Wolves 2007, lad. Thank you. Yeah, I predict 3-0 as well. Thank you, my friend. Cheers, everyone. You're a bunch of legends. See you later on for the watch along. Come back and have your say shortly. And go over and smash a like on the video. Because we're starting at 7:30. See you there. Cheers, everyone. That's it from me. God bless you all. Come on, United. We're going to smash up walls. The Premier League is back, baby. Let's be having you. Where are you? Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I'll see you later on. And remember, when the seagulls follow the troll, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.